So today, I just thought, let's go through some strategies. All of you, I'm sure, are already implementing whatever you have learned. You're progressing in your journey towards your goals and, whatever things you have planned. But still, from time to time, if we continue to refresh, continue to, press that reset button so that we unlearn some of the things which are not required and learn some new things which might be helpful. It's something I would always recommend. So the first thing, if you have to achieve your goals and dreams, is to have a vision. This person who is there on your screen, all of you, I'm sure, know him. His name is Arnold Schwarzenegger. He was Mr. Universe. He has won many bodybuilding championships. He was a hero in many movies, including Robocop, which was very famous. And finally, he went on to become the governor of California. So again, the thing which drove him single-mindedly right from the beginning was his dream that he wanted to make it big. He wanted to achieve something great in his life. And he would practice so hard every single day. He would start before anybody else would start, and he would end the day before after everybody had left. At the age of 18 years, he had joined military, and he was supposed to drive a tank. And the life in military, as you would know, is quite tough. Colonel Sharma, I'm sure, knows very well. So at least the regiment he was in, that was a very tough life he used to have. They would get up in the morning and sleep in the late evening. But even then, after everybody went to sleep, for 2 to 3 hours, he would do his push-ups, his bench press, or whatever he had to do to achieve his goal and his dream. And again, he would get up at 5 a.m. in the morning and do it so that he continued to believe in his dream. And another thing, he was born in Austria, and he wanted to move to United States where all these championships are held, where most of the opportunities are. And again, he moved without any lifeline. He didn't have any money. He didn't have any support system. But on the sheer power of his dreams and the goals that he had, he moved to America. And as we all know, the rest is history. Even when he wanted to become a movie star, many people told him, with your looks, with your accent, you cannot become a star in Hollywood. But again, he dreamt that part. And whatever people told him as his limitation, his looks, his body, his accent, that became one of his assets. And today, he's obviously not only just a popular Hollywood star, but he's also, like I said, ex-governor of California. So he has achieved many great things in his life. Okay. So let me ask all of you, how many of you have seen this movie called The Pursuit of Happiness? If you have seen it, type yes in the chat box. If you haven't seen, just type no. No. Harshit says yes, but a long time ago. Vinod says no. Shrija says yes. Bhosle says no. Natanji. Okay, so except one or two people, most of you have not seen this movie. And I'm going to play a clip from this movie, or the trailer of this movie, which is so very powerful. Every time I watch this movie, I get so inspired. It's about a person who was a salesman. He bought a few, scanning machines, X-ray kind of machines, and he thought, he will make a lot of money out of that. But he was not able to sell these machines because at that time, the doctors were not so advanced. They were not so progressive. And he eventually became, broke. He didn't have any money. His wife left him because, again, he was not able to pay rents. He was not able to contribute. And he was left hanging on to his only child, his son. And from a stage where he was very well off. He started living in shelter homes. He would spend the night along with his son in, shelter homes which were free for the night. And that's the kind of tough life he was leading. Once they did not even get a room to stay for the night, and he spent the entire night along with his son in a toilet. And he would continue to tell his son stories about, dinosaurs and stuff like that. And they made up all those things so that he would not realize he's in a toilet and sleeping. So that was a tough life he had. And one day he saw a man with a luxury car and fancy suit and stuff like that. So he asked him, how do you get this car? What do you do? And that person says, I'm actually a stockbroker in this company. So he goes to that company and tells the HR that I'd like to have a job. They say, you cannot get a job unless you are selected for an internship. And if we select 30 odd interns, only one finally gets the job. And the entire internship is without any pay. And he accepts that challenge. He starts his internship, and with his sheer dedication, hard work, and commitment, he finally lands the job. And the rest, as they say, is history. He started his own company after he left that brokership. And today he's a multimillionaire. The movie has been made on his life. And it is a movie I would highly recommend all of you to see. Let me play a small clip so that you all get inspired, right?
That's my money. How is somebody just gonna take my money?
Hey, listen, I need the rent. I can't wait anymore.
I gotta have some more time. I got my son up in here.
Where are we going? Dad, where are we going?
I don't know.
Just go get happy.
Tomorrow's going to be your first day. If you'd like to work here as a broker. Would you like that, Chris?
Yes, sir. Don't ever let somebody tell you you can't do something. Not even me. All right?
Alright.
You got a dream, you got to protect it. People can't do something themselves. They want to tell you you can't do it. You want something, go get it. Period.
Okay. So sorry about this poor quality of the clip, but like I said, I would highly recommend that you see this movie. It's so powerful. Every time I watch this movie, it tells me that how I could have been a better parent, how I could have been a better individual, how I could have, maybe worked harder. So very, very powerful and inspiring movie. And I would, like I said, suggest that you please go out and see it. So, and in one of the scenes which you just saw, he tells his son that let no one ever tell you that you can't pursue your dream, you can't achieve your dream, not even me. So that is, again, a very powerful message, that let nobody tell you that you can't achieve your dreams. So another strategy for achieving success is to have the focus, right? We've already talked about how our mind can concentrate only at one thing at a time, and how we need to face our fears, face our beliefs that have been holding us back to achieve something great in our life. Let's say there's a 6-inch wooden plank and it is kept on two pillars which are at maybe 2 feet above the ground, and someone tells you to walk over them. Will you be able to walk over them? Yes, I think 99% people will be able to walk over it because it is only at 2 feet high. But imagine now this plank is put between two buildings and almost at 100 feet height. Will you be able to do it? The answer would be most probably no. Why? What changed? The same plank, the same width of the plank, but the only thing that changed was the height and your perception of that height, how your fears came into play. So that is why if we concentrate, if we face our fears, then we can really achieve anything we want in our life. Okay. The next strategy that I want to share with you is learn to sweat in peace. So the harder you work on yourself when you are not in a very challenging situation, the better it is going to be for you. So if you are afraid of something that is coming up, which is going to challenge you, then maybe practice with something that is even more challenging, even more scarier, and you will find that your fear will start melting away because you have already faced something which is even more challenging, right? The third thing is Muhammad Ali, the boxer. One of the ways he became the greatest in the world was that before a match, before a boxing championship or bout that he would have, he would face opponents who are stronger than the opponent he's going to face in the actual bout or the championship. And that's how he became better than the rest. That's how he was always at his best, right? The next is look for the gold, or look for the possibilities versus the problems. So whenever we look for possibilities, we can always find, reasons to be inspired, reasons to stay positive. And that is a choice we have every single day. What do you see? When you wake up in the morning, do you see a word full of possibilities or a word full of challenges, right? So if you see the word full of possibilities or opportunities, then that is how, things will start getting attracted to you. That's how you will send positive vibrations to the universe, and that's how your opportunities will multiply. And that is another strategy that we all can, apply. Okay. If you have ever looked into the cockpit of a aeroplane, you would have found there are hundreds of levers, buttons, and so many, color-coded things and stuff like that. Isn't it amazing? And if you were put in that cockpit, you would not know which button to press, how to, take the plane off and all that stuff. But obviously the pilot knows which buttons to press when. So from now on, imagine that your body or your mind is like that cockpit full of so many buttons. All you need to do is discover what are those buttons, when should you press them, so that you can achieve your best life or your best potential. So if you love reading, if you love, music, if you love meditation, if you love, attitude of gratitude, if you love helping people, whatever those buttons are, please make sure you are aware of them and you press them at the right time. So that's how your personal motivation will be at the highest point, right? Another thing is build a track record of success. Most of the time, we do not appreciate ourselves when we achieve something. All of you are in a journey where you are pursuing certain goals, certain dreams. And I'm sure by now you would have achieved some small goals already, right? But did you celebrate those small successes? If you were able to meditate properly, if you are able to get up at 5 to 6 a.m., if you are able to do the physical exercise, if you were able to take care of your health, if you were able to improve your productivity by even a couple of hours every week, or you were able to give up on some of the things which are holding you back, like social media or emails or whatever that might be, any bad habit if you've been able to overcome. So did you celebrate that win? Did you celebrate that success? So make sure you start writing down, acknowledging, and celebrating those successes, right? So stop worrying about what you think of yourself, the stories that you keep telling yourself that I'm procrastinator, I don't have good habits, I can't achieve these things in my life. Instead of that, start telling yourself how good you are, what you have achieved, and how you can achieve what you would like to in your life. Okay. Now let me share with you a video which is precisely going to convey this point that I just made, right?
Hey! Hey! Don't compare yourself.
Don't compare yourself
to other people.
to other people.
You are only on this planet
You're only on this planet
to be you.
to be you.
I'm capable.
I'm capable.
I'm enough.
I'm enough. I'm enough.
I'm beautiful.
I'm beautiful.
I'm strong.
I'm strong.
You can do anything you want.
You can do anything you want, guys. Do anything you want.
We believe in you.
We believe in you.
You are amazing.
You're amazing.
We love you.
We love you.
So wasn't that very cute and inspiring? Yeah, Kaveri says so cute.
It's too cute.
Yeah, thank you. So please make sure that whenever you get an opportunity, you pat yourself on the back, celebrate your success, celebrate your wins, so that you can really, have this confidence, that power inside. Ananda says yes. Shritakshi says yes, very cute. Yeah, more than cute, I think it's the message that I wanted to share with you, right? That you are amazing, you're powerful, you have everything inside you. The next thing is welcome the unexpected. You don't have to be original to be creative. In fact, it sometimes helps to realize that no one is original. In fact, Mozart said most of his melodies were taken from folk melodies, right? So that is again an inspiration. And the next thing you need to believe is that when God created you, you were a creation. So you have that creativity already inside you. So why should you not be creative in your life? When you were young, if your parents, you wanted to get something from your parents, whether it was a bicycle, whether it was a toy, you would always come out with some creative, you know, ideas, pitch how they can, give you this thing that you want. So why your creativity is not so good at this moment? So make sure you exercise your creativity whenever you can, so that you can come up with solutions rather than looking at them as problems. The next strategy is find your master key. What is it that you believe in? What is it that inspires you? What is it that triggers the change that you would like to make in your life, right? We discussed about awakening, the moment when you are really able to transform your life. So books, videos, and podcasts, etc., are again very, very powerful ways to find your master key. And I recently have been reading a book by Eckhart Tolle called The Power of Now. And he says that the only reason why we have stress in our life is because either we think about the past, whatever things have not gone right, whatever mistakes we have made in the past, or we keep worrying about future. What is it going to happen? How our life is going to be in the future? He says if you believe in the now, the present moment, then you have no worry at all. If you don't crib about the past, if you're not worried about your future, then you can really lead an amazing life. And the other thing he says is that, most of the time, it is our mind who's becoming our master. The mind is telling us, think about this, think about that. Instead, if we can control the mind through meditation, through the techniques that we have talked about for mindfulness, then you will find your mind will start following your orders. The mind will not unnecessarily think about the things which are not going to help you. So make sure you read things which are going to inspire you, which are going to help you find the purpose of your life, and which will continue to help you in your journey. So many books are there. The Power of Now by Eckhart Tolle, The Success Principles by Jack Canfield, The Atomic Habits by James Clear, Success Principles Through a Positive Mindset by Napoleon Hill, and The Six Pillars of Self-Esteem by Nathaniel Branden. So these are all very powerful books which can really help you in your journey. So again, a man is what he thinks about all day long. So if you're thinking about, watching TV, if you're watching Netflix, if you're watching news, then these things are not going to help you in your journey, right? And versus if you're reading, if you're watching motivational videos or listening to audios, then that is the kind of life you're going to have. So this is again very important, how you are able to, spend your day, on what activities are you able to concentrate. Then another amazing thing is bounce your thoughts. Like, for example, if you are a basketball player and you're dribbling with your right hand, which is your dominant hand, and the coach says you have to dribble with your left hand, you will say, I can't dribble. It is not, at that level. It can't dribble for long. But if you continue to practice every single day, 1 hour dribbling only with your left hand, what will happen? The power and the control that you want from your left hand will start growing, and eventually you will be able to bounce the ball from both your hands, and that will make you become a very, very, strong player in whichever field it might be. So the same thing is relevant for our thoughts as well. If you have negative thoughts, if you have fears, if you have any limiting beliefs, start dribbling with your other side of the mind, which is full of positivity, which is full of, motivation, which is full of inspiration, start exercising that part of the brain much more. And eventually, you will find that the negative part will subside and the positive part will grow. In fact, I'm sure most of you would have heard the story. There are two wolves inside us. One is the negative wolf, and second is the positive wolf. So at the end of the day, which wolf wins? The one which you feed the most. If you feed yourself more positive things, more positive thoughts, then that is the wolf which is going to win. So make sure you're always thinking, reading, implementing about positive things in your life. We have already talked about how our brain can release neurochemicals, which can help us to stay positive, which can help us to be happy. So make sure you know about which are those things that can release those positive neurological chemicals. We've already talked about meditation. We've already talked about exercise. We've already talked about, physical activities, loving your family, loving your dog, giving a hug to somebody, laughing, singing, dancing. All these things can help you to release the positive chemicals from your brain. So make sure you are implementing this and practicing it as much as possible. I briefly spoke earlier about the power television and social media has on our lives, right? So if somebody asks you, which was the serial that you saw 1 month ago, what did you like about the serial? Even KBC, for example, if you are watching KBC every single day, fine. It's good to watch for a while, get some new knowledge as well. But at the end of the day, it is not something which will change your life, right? So make sure instead of television or social media, you spend your time on things which will help you to grow. Like I've already said, whether it is books, whether it is videos, whether it is podcasts, but make sure, or any new courses or any new skills, these are things which will help you to grow in your life, right? And avoid news as much as possible. Reading your newspaper, watching news on the television, that is full of negativity. 80 to 90% of the news is going to be very, very negative. So try and avoid as much as possible. The next is break out of your comfort zone. So whatever facilities that we all have, comfort levels we all have, it is to help us become comfortable and not move out of our comfort zone. But only when you're challenged in your life, only when you have tough experiences, only then can you grow in your life. So make sure you step out of your comfort zone as much as possible. And that way we can continue to grow in our life. And design your life's game plan, what you're going to achieve, how you're going to achieve. And there's a very powerful thing which is mentioned here, creation versus reaction. Are you a creator or you are reacting to whatever is happening in your life? If you've seen hockey match, what is happening? The goalie is always trying to defend the balls. He is not in any way able to dictate the play. So make sure you're not the goalie who's always defending the ball. You are a center forward. You are a midfielder who is helping drive the game, who's looking for opportunities, how you can score in your life. So this is again a very powerful anecdote and simile that in our life, we should not be passive. We should not let life define how our life is going to be. Instead, we should take all the challenges, all the opportunities in our life and create something out of it. So remember this, creation versus reaction, both are made of the same alphabets. But if you are reacting, then you're not really leading the life that you would like to. But if you are creating, then you can really lead the life that you would like to. And find your inner Einstein. That means find time for yourself, find time to reflect your thoughts, find time to grow your creativity, and that's again very, very powerful. So make sure that you always have some me time, the time when you are alone, when you can think about the things in your life. So this is recommended that spend at least 15 minutes every day in solitude without any distractions, and let your imagination and creativity flow. Of course, meditation will help you, but I'm saying meditation is when you're focusing on something, when you're trying to control your thoughts. But if you spend 15 minutes without any specific direction to your brain, just let your thoughts flow. If you want to solve anything, if you want to find an opportunity, think about all those things that you can do, and let your creativity come alive. And fear is something we have talked about, how overcoming your fear can sometimes be one of the most powerful things that we can do to achieve the kind of success that we want. Fear and pain, say psychologist Nathaniel Branden, should be treated as signals not to close our eyes, but to open them wider. By closing our eyes, we end up in the darkest of comfort zone, buried alive. So it's like that saying, if there's a cat inside the room and the pigeon closes his eyes, the cat is not going to run away. The danger is still there. So why not face your fears? Why not face the challenge? That is what, again, like I said, will help you to grow in your life. And create the way you relate. That means relationships are very important. Make sure you get the best out of each relationship. Notice your feelings, just don't think with them. And when there's a relationship problem to solve, travel up the ladder to be the most creative you. You will soon realize that we create relationships we have in our life. They don't just happen. And if you have seen tantrics, what do they do before they perform any solution to problems people are having? They'll do their rituals. They will have their dance. They will put those incense sticks. They will have that feathers of peacock and all that, whatever they are trying to do. So make sure, and that is what makes them come alive. So if there's a ritual that you have which can make you come alive before you are facing any challenge, before you want to solve any problem, make sure you do it so that you can find the solution and face the challenge that you want, right? This we have already talked about, celebrate achievements and wins, so I'm not going to talk about it again. And finally, I want to share with you about this lady. She is 86 years old, and she started skydiving at the age of 64 years. And her name is Dilys Price, and she was very scared of heights. She could never imagine that she is going to do skydiving. But she had to do this jump for a charity, and with great courage, she was finally able to do the skydive. And after that, she got so much excited, so much kick out of this experience, that she has now skydived more than 1,000 times. Even at the age of 86, she is skydiving. So can you believe it? That's the kind of passion she has. She's discovered her passion. She's discovered her purpose. She started a new business at the age of 86. Can you believe it? So amazing, right? And this is a poem I like to share with all of you. You are never too old to learn something new. You're never too old to explore. You're never too old to have hopes and dreams. You are never too old to want more. You are never too old to make a difference. You are never too old to aim higher. You are never too old to change the world. You are never too old to inspire. And you're never too old to share your thoughts. And you're never too old to give up. Okay? So that is the powerful message which we can learn from Dilys Price, who's doing amazing things even at the age of 86. And open your present. Like we said, the present moment is the best moment which you can have. It's amazing what can be done by people who learn to relax, pay attention, and focus, appreciating the present hours and all the opportunity it contains. The great French philosopher Voltaire was on his deathbed when someone asked him, if you had 24 more hours to live, how would you live them? And Voltaire said, one at a time. So that is the value of the present moment. And practice being awake in this present moment. Make the most of your awareness in this hour. Don't live in the past, like I already said, and stay focused on now. Okay. So this is what I wanted to share with you. And I would request all of you to share your experience. And if there's anything you would like to ask about this topic or anything in general, I'm more than happy to respond to you. The first thing is, how did you like the session? Did you take something out of it? Was there something that inspired you? You can unmute yourself and speak. Yeah, Anand.
You sir.
Yeah, good evening. We can, Your voice is gone. I don't know where your voice is gone. Shrija says very inspiring. Sandeep says great, inspiring, motivating.
Yes, sir. Now it's audible, sir.
Now it's audible. Yeah, absolutely.
Yes, sir. It's a very useful session for me, sir. For the first 1 week, I got drained out, but listening to your inspiration and motivation, the videos which you have shown, and all those things, it's again boosting up my inner energy, sir. So thank you very much for this beautiful opportunity, sir. Thank you very much.
You're most welcome, Anand. And let never your brain, get you into an anxiety, depression, or negativity. That means your brain is driving you. You have to drive your brain. You have to tell your brain what kind of thoughts it has to think, what kind of positivity it has to have, what kind of inspiration it has to have. So make sure that, from today onwards, never let your brain drive any negativity in your life. Okay?
Okay, sir. Thank you,
Thank
sir.
you. Thank you. Harshit says, I'm a basketball player. The way brought out the left hand dribbling part showed some light. Great. Thank you. Nitin says, very fine. Please send recording. Absolutely. Colonel Ravi says, great session as always. Thank you so much, Colonel Ravi. Nimi, how are you doing?
Hi, sir. Yeah, I'm good. How about you?
Very nice. How's your journey?
Yeah, it's progressing, sir.
Great, great.
And regarding the session, I would like to tell about the session.
Yeah.
As usual, it's really inspiring and motivating. And I really like that the story of Chris Gardner. And, I was just Googling about him and I got something to read about. Yeah. Thank you so much for that.
Just watch his movie, The Pursuit of Happiness. It's an amazing movie. And like I said, every time I see it, I get inspired and there are tears flowing from my eyes. And I'm not a person who cries easily. It's very rare for anyone to see me cry. But after watching this movie, it brings out all the emotions in me. And like I said, even now I feel, I could have done so much better. I could have done so much more as a parent, as a person, as a human being, as a husband, whatever. So that's so powerful, that it motivates you to give your best every single day.
Absolutely. And that Earl Nightingale's, The Secret Within, right?
Yeah, The Secrets. Strangest Secret. Strangest Secret.
Yeah, The Strangest Secret. That is actually something which I still follow.
Yeah, you can listen to it every single day. It will keep you inspired. Yeah.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Shetakshi says, very motivating and inspiring. Sadashiv says, could not attend from the beginning. Very inspiring words I heard. Thank you, Sadashiv. Nitin ji, you want to say something?
Yeah, I wanted to share something.
Yeah, please go ahead.
Coming out of the comfort zone. That's what I'm trying to do now.
Okay.
I've been too much of a comfortable for long.
Yeah.
And I'm looking forward to come out of this comfort zone, learning
Okay.
new techniques, new skills.
Right.
Like as you shared the poem,
Right.
it's never too late, or it's never. I should be saying, I'm not too old to learn new things and do new things.
Absolutely. No, no.
Coming out of comfort zone is most important thing, which I
Yeah, yeah.
learned to do.
That 86 years old and skydiving, can you imagine?
Yes,
And
very inspiring.
she broke her leg last year
Hmm.
in one of the skydiving experiences. But after that, she's again back. She's again jumping.
Great.
Yeah.
Yes.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
So something very amazing happened.
Yeah,
I
Kaveri.
had requested, yes, I had requested your guidance, and from somewhere I got a connection to a Buddhist site, and I'm
Wow.
into. From coming week, I have joined in for 1 month of meditation.
Okay.
Yeah, calming technique. I've just started learning mandala. It again, once we connect, I'll show you. I made 2 handbags. I've made motifs on it. So thank you very much, sir.
Very good.
And
Very
after
good.
my weakness goes off, I'll start my exercises again.
Sure, sure, sure. And
Thank
there's
you so
a
much.
group called BSG, Bharat Sukha Gakkai. Okay. They practice Buddhism. If you can find some group in your area which is practicing this BSG, so then you can get connected with them, and they have monthly meetings, and whatever teachings on Buddhism they can share with you. So try to find out if there's someone who you can join.
Yes, sir.
All right. Thank you. Okay. So if there's no more comment or query, I would like to take leave from all of you. And I want to do this session at least once a month, so that, one thing is, I love to meet all of you. You're all wonderful people. And some of you are so passionate about learning. Every time, I see your faces, I get inspired. So thank you all for coming and listening. And I really look forward to, connecting with all of you. Keep sharing your success, your progress, anything that you're doing. Jyotish, you're still driving, is it?
Yeah, sir. Please send the recording, sir.
Yeah, I will definitely send. Okay.
Yeah,
all right.
you, sir.
Thank
you
you,
so
everybody.
Yeah.
Good night. And if we don't meet before Diwali, have a wonderful Diwali, all of you. God bless you all.
Happy Diwali.
Thank you.
Kalpana, you joined very late, right?
Happy Diwali to you, sir. Happy Diwali to everyone.
Sir, one doubt, sir.
Yeah, go ahead, Anand.
Sir, tomorrow morning we have a session, no, sir, at 6 a.m.?
Yeah.
Right. Thank you, sir.
For your group. Don't tell everybody.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you.